Hello again. This tutorial is for the star stitch. It's a quite easy stitch once you get used to it. It's the rows on my stitch sampler that are done in the lilac and the white. I'm going to use double knit yarn and a 5mm hook. The stitch is worked over 2 rows for each colour, and you need an odd number of chain if you're going to start a blanket with the star stitch only. If you're going to add the star stitch to a sampler the way that I'm doing, you would need an odd number of stitches. So we start with a slip knot onto the hook, and just for the very first stitch we join into the stitch with a slip stitch, and then into that same stitch work a half double, which is yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then chain 1. It's the eye of the chain that we're going to use for the stitch, so it's this little gap here underneath where the stitch is there. So we go into that stitch, into the eye, and pull up 1 loop. We're going to then go into the bar of the stitch, the vertical bar, and again pull up a loop. We then pull up a loop from the stitch that we started in, and in each of the following 2. So we go into the stitch, pull up a loop, into the stitch, pull up a loop. We've now got 6 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 6. And there's the first star. You then chain 1, which again is going to form the eye of the next star stitch. So you can see where the gap is there. That's where we're going to pick up the first loop. So into that space, pick up a loop. Into the vertical bar, pick up a loop. Into the stitch, pick up a loop, and then into the following 2 stitches we also pick up a loop, giving 6 loops again on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all 6 together, finishing off again with a chain stitch. We're going to work into the little space there underneath the chain that we've just done for our 3rd stitch. So again, into that space and pick up a loop. Into the first bar, or the last bar of the previous star, we pick up a loop. Into the actual stitch we pick up a loop, and into the following 2 we pick up a loop in each, giving us the 6 loops again, yarn over and pull through all 6, finish with a chain. And you can see where the next star is going to form into this gap here. So into that gap, pick up a loop, into the bar, pick up a loop, into the stitch, pick up a loop, and then into the following 2 stitches, exactly the same, pick up a loop, giving us the 6, yarn over and pull through all 6, chain 1. So into the gap, pick up a loop, into the bar, pick up a loop, into the stitch, pick up a loop, into the next 2 stitches, pick up a loop from each one. 6 loops on the hook, yarn forward, yarn over, pull through all 6 and finish off with a chain. So this is going to form the first half of the star on this row. I'll do a few more and then I'll turn the work and I'll show you how to come back. So into the gap, pick up a loop, into the bar, pick up a loop, into the stitch, pick up a loop, into the next stitch, pick up a loop, and the following stitch we pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 6, chain 1, into the gap, pick up a loop, into the bar, pick up a loop, the stitch, pick up a loop, the following 1 and 2 stitches, giving you the 6 loops, yarn over and pull through all of the stitches. Pick up a loop, pick up a loop, pick up a loop, and a further 2 loops. 6 on the hook, yarn over through them all. Pull through all 6 and finish with the chain. Pull through all 6 and again chain 1. Once you get into the rhythm, it does become quite methodical, and as long as each time you check that you've got the 6 loops, yarn over, pull through, and remember the chain to finish. And pull through and chain to finish. So you carry on as far as your chain or the sampler or blanket that you're doing this stitch on until you come to the very end. The very last stitch will be a half double into the final stitch. So if you want to carry on along, and I'll show you how we do the other half of the stitch on the way back. And into the very last stitch we do a half double. We're now going to turn the work around so that we've now got the wrong side of the work facing. And chain 1. We're going to now do a half double into that first stitch, and then into each of the eye that we worked the star in from the previous row, which is this here. We're going to work 2 half doubles in each of those eyes all the way along the row. So yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and then we move to the next eye here and do 2 half doubles again. So yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over through all 3, and a second half double into the eye. We move along to the next eye and do exactly the same, 2 half doubles in the next, and so on. You can actually see where the stitches are going to go. You can see where the circle has formed from the stitches that we did the previous row. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So you can see there we've got a completed star stitch. You just carry on all the way back along the row, doing the 2 half doubles into the centre of each of the stars, and that gives you the star stitch. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, Please subscribe to my channel to watch out for more tutorials on stitches. I will be making more tutorials showing the stitches that I've used in this sampler blanket that I've started. So as I say, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.